What's up, everybody? Welcome back. How we doing? Oh, I gotta adjust the old camera. There we go. What's happening? What's up, Marnie? How you doing? Should be up to date now, I believe. Boom. Let's hop in there. All right, so far. Good deal. All right, let me move this to push to talk. Cannot patch. I did patch though. Oh no, I'm gonna have to fix that. That's still busted? What's up, Moo? Interesting. Are we still having trouble with the client? I don't know. All right, let's see here. Let's check out the old forums. Is everything still busted? Thought it would have been back up by now. 5:30 they were on it. It's 2.5 hours. Well, it's unfortunate, but I guess good too in some ways. Really no response to that. Just go to the main forums. Well, looks like there's still some issues. Anybody in game right now? Let's open the patcher again. Name client. Okay. Have to give this an old restart real quick. It's one of the good things about having a dual PC setup. If I need to restart my computer, I don't have to hang up the entire stream. So there's that. We'll see if it's just that. My phone. Okay. Okay. I love SSDs. All right, let's see if this fires up this time or not. There it goes. Connected on another client. Oh, I'm not.
Get back. Problem solved.
Yo.
Just wait. No. I need. Okay, so my little sticky notes.
What up, everyone?
Yo.
Hey.
Yo.
Okay, so which one did you did? Oh, dang, I don't freaking want to do this before I start. Hank. Light, what did I tell you? My brain.
Yes.
But I'm
Yes.
happy to go on anything, whatever you want. So I can go LM. Like CC, not.
Heals would be light. CC would be dire. CC's required, Dom, right? For this? Dom in here?
I think you went
It
everything for a
is
minute.
required, yeah.
We're gonna.
Have you done this, Cookie?
I haven't done it, but essentially what the patch notes said, in 2.2, it is now, having a shout, you can now just normally interrupt, but that effect is now
Oh.
carried over to T3. It's a great induction to T3. Yeah.
There we go. Now we're in game.
But T2 got way easier. You no longer need CC for T2.
Nice.
Yo, Rambo, thanks for the 61 months. Welcome back. What's happening?
Okay. I'm trying to think this through because I feel like personally,
Thinking hurts?
Let's see. I need to get some potions.
But I know people without too much gear have been able to do this. It's still the easier of the bunch.
Well, we got 9 in here. I'm okay with sitting
I don't
out
count.
and doing 3-mans if
Nat doesn't count.
my I don't have an idea. I'm actually just not gonna get my way in this. Okay,
you dodge
I
that
think
hole.
I want to try.
As long as someone in the 6-man streams.
True.
I just. So essentially, the problem we're at is not the problem. One rotation would be Dom, you tank, Light would Runekeeper heal, Dire Berg. I think the only CC is Dire and myself and Light, but I would rather Light either heal or tank. Not that I don't think you can do it, but I just feel like he would be better. Better for the group. And so DP, I want Neff on a Mariner because we don't have a red captain, and I don't remember how to play it. Sorry, Neff, you signed up for it.
For myself.
So then it comes down to, oh god, I don't really, do I red LM or fire RK, and then we have one spot for Blood, Levick, or Cookie.
What is our... Which are we doing? Are we doing Tombs?
I want
That makes
to
sense like a bubba.
start with Tombs.
And I gotta say, I will more than likely, as a only 2-piece champ, be the lesser of the DPS. If you want something that will absolutely work.
Well, that's,
I'm
I
just here
kind of,
if you want me in, you know.
my brain, I've not even done it. I've not done it all day, so I don't even know. Like, I don't know what, I don't know. I think
We're
some
gonna
people in
want
here,
2 ranged DPS for...
Just so you know, JD,
we don't
I
have
would
two
be bringing,
ranged.
I'll be bringing champ too, not wardens, just FYI. So
We're gonna have to kill the ad.
So,
Why do you need a range DPS?
You can avoid killing the ad that spawns in the middle, but we're gonna, if we don't have to, we're gonna have to kill it.
okay, let's do, hold on, if Neff, fire, do you have, if Neff is fire, oh god. If Neff is fire, okay, ILM,
I can red...
Light,
Yeah.
CC. 2 heals. You could red LM and I could heal.
I can try heals.
Well, I would prefer heals over red LM. Do you think you're better than me at red LM, or am I? I don't.
He's already cleared it on Red LM.
Oh, so you're locked.
Yeah, but I can play it again. But I
You
would
only get one lock.
something else. Yeah.
Yes, one per
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Wait, I thought the special items can drop on soft locks too, though.
Ooh, let me check.
Let me check.
That's what I heard.
Well, I don't really care if you're locked or not because you ran out.
No, you cannot.
So I don't really.
Oh yeah, not the teal items, just the purple items, right?
my
I
opinion
got lucky,
on that.
very lucky. It's a 9% drop rate.
You get your piece.
Someone's
did.
wrong here.
Oh,
I don't know. So what do you?
The stress is real.
If Dire goes
Hmm.
Red LM, we don't have the Berg or CC, do we?
Light, but
But it's not gonna be as good as for DPS support.
okay. The heck is barking outside. I'm gonna lose one.
You
Wait,
want
Borgo, I think
ranged
that's already
DPS
happened.
because the marching ads, you need to make a path for everyone to get through, and I was able to.
So if Neff, fire,
you're-
arc,
I mean, I'm not the best red LM, but I was able to do it solo. To kill the ad solo, like when I had like CDs up, but when I don't have CDs up, then it's.
Is it an instant
I
kill
need
if you
some.
don't
I need
put-
some fervor
Yeah.
potions. I always forget about
If you're
those. I
not
need to
tank,
check and
yeah.
see.
I see.
Okay, so it's still a damage shot. So if you did like a in harm's way last stand, you'd probably survive.
What a mess for melee.
With the
DPS.
bubble too, yeah.
Well, if a tank will survive it, then minus 30%. Well, it's minus 50% plus an additional 30% from the song
well, if
brothers.
Neff goes, I mean, we don't have. Nobody has a red captain, right?
Ideally,
If to Mariner.
we don't. I don't think we need support DPS.
Okay.
It's
I
not.
mean,
It's not like.
Well, I mean, would that not be better?
So minus 20, minus like between 15 and 20% outgoing damage is irrelevant. That's
I
like
have a red cap. It's just not.
Yeah. Well, because you have to think about your 20% more like the 20% damage.
Then just
is
bring bar.
being-
Okay.
like you're comparing.
You're losing a certain.
More
What you're trying to say is you're
damage.
losing certain percentage of DPS from the actual DPS. That's
I'm
not
saying
part of it.
that
I'm
is
saying
damage
everybody else.
reduction.
This is.
Right?
An LM,
I miss this stuff
with an
so
LM
much.
Or a Berg, you're reducing.
Just grip it and
outgoing
rip
damage
it. Let's
by-
go.
That's what I'm saying.
No, he's saying don't take a Mariner or a Red Captain.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm just saying it's not necessary. It's not huge that we have, because it's not a DPS
10
rate.
kills to.
The DPS benchmark for boss 3 is do you have enough range damage to open a path before the ads get to the other side, which makes it very easy if you have two range DPS. It's very easy. Like, and
Hunter's back
and
on the
then
menu.
and then the yeah.
You already tanked it, Dom. On what?
On my guard, but I could clear up to the boss 3.
Huh? What piece did you get?
Oh, I got the gold thing for the pocket or the bracelet. I just need gold.
Nice.
Oh, coins. I was like, why are you wearing it? I don't know. Is it class specific?
That
No.
this one drops.
Anything can drop.
This instance drops the
Uh,
Fallen Burial Ward.
Let any class.
Levick, send me a tail.
Which character are you in?
Novia.
Which guard and brawler don't use that one. Minstrel might not use it either.
What does it drop?
The Fallen Burial Ward. Minstrel doesn't use it. Warden probably doesn't use it.
I know I want it for red champ.
Basically, if your class only has 2 trait trees, then it's not gonna be useful.
I could try red mini. See how I do.
Fallen Burial? Is that what you said?
Imagine this stuff
Burial Ward.
is over here. As much as I hate it.
Yes, Fallen Burial Ward.
There's 3 of these things? What the heck?
Each one is from one of the instances.
Yeah, whoever needs well water. Jeez.
Whoever needs the 3-man piece, good luck.
What is it?
Impossible.
Which one is it?
The
It's not impossible. We got pretty close on. We're getting the rhythm on the last boss.
the dots on boss 2 are ridiculous.
Yeah, we
Oh, we got boss 2.
You got a new
did
char.
pretty well on that one.
easy.
If you got good enough tank, boss 2 is just fine. It's pretty much.
Okay, who am I missing? Ubneb? Right. So I'm. I just don't think there's a world where I don't. You're locked.
Don't what? I'll run locked, I don't care.
It doesn't affect you. I just like never play LM.
Scassel will be trying to do some tier 3 stuff.
I
They're just
can,
trying to figure out comps right now.
I don't have any of the pieces.
Yellow.
Hey, Gorendas. Thank you for the resub. 13 months. Welcome back.
Okay,
How you doing?
Send me. I'm missing who?
I
Probably
haven't
me.
logged in yet. I'm waiting. I don't know what you want me on. If
CC.
you want me.
Bergy.
You have other ranged damage or no?
I have red mini. That's like I don't use a macro, so I'm a very average red mini. You know.
Wait, you have to macro on a red mini? Ew.
Yeah. If
Yeah, I
you
won't be
want it,
playing it.
that's-
I'll be an average red mini then.
We're absolutely awful, yes, but
I don't macro.
I do have a hunter, and I have 5 tentacles. I could go barter for the rest of my gear.
That's wild. You have 5 tentacles.
I don't have any tentacles. That's nuts.
Thank you, thank you.
Does your guard have all
Alright.
best item levels?
No, but I refuse to barter for blue boots. It's like a crime against humanity.
Agreed.
I had to barter for them. I didn't care.
No way. I
It is
last
kind of
time
sad.
We got tentacles, I guess, just lying around.
Yeah. Well, all I play is Cappy pretty much, so.
I bartered for all the gear pieces for my tank that like got the most value out of it. Like gloves and chest are your highest Fizmit like increases, you know. So
What was that?
Everybody join. So Squiffy too.
Is Dom going? I think he is.
Somebody stream for.
Well,
Coming, Dom.
guess forget that. Tells one doing stuff. Let's see here. I will continue on with the book. Let's see, we need to go. Wait, is that down? I don't think I've been down that far yet. Guess I'll just keep an eye out for stuff from World Chat. Oof, this is a ride down here. Let's get on this guy. Well, hopefully we find something in chat. It's another reason I'm ready for Ashes. Let's play with my homies again. Red Sea Stone now, that first one right there. Well, I guess I could tell you then. So Baggins was actually nice enough to hook us up with some of the Ultra fan bundles, the Ultimate fan bundles that he got. So we'll be able to give away some copies of Legacy of Morgoth, the Ultimate fan bundle. Be able to give away some of those. So we'll be doing that over the next couple weeks. All right, we need to go down here. Do I pick up? Oh, hello. We are lagging here, aren't we? I had been reading that some people were struggling with stuff, but
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
So does this go into the next area, or is this still? Looks like it's starting to. Looks like it's starting to.
Travel with care, friend.
Travel with care, friend. Okay, so what do we have then? Okay, is there something else that needs to... What's here? Staying prepared. There are barricades? Oh, they're out. They're out there. Okay. Okay.
Is there something you need?
There's that. What is this one that we still have? Diminishing the enemy. Oh, just random. Go find random dudes out here, I guess. So, chat, we're gonna be doing tier 3 stuff. It's kind of why I got on early. I am sadly not in the group right now, so there's that. What is this? What is this area up here? Maybe we just go across the bridge and do it that way. Show the coin to Sigenic. Where's this dude at? I don't see that lighting up. Where is he? Sukal provided a coin with general direction to the road south of the Rockwade to reach Jurish. A man named Sigenic. In the general direction to the road south. Oh, okay. He's down in the next area. Okay, so we're getting close to the second area. All right, we should have some of these guys around here then. Yes, maybe. Yeah, here we go. Oh, you guys want something?
Let us stop here for now.
See, hunting birds, jackals, or servals, lizards, or snakes. Is this guy still following me? This guy's still following me too? Okay. So we need, oh, okay, here we go. Do I still need some of these? Yes. These aren't counting? Oh, I'm not 10 feet further south. Oh, there's a cobra. It's a very large cobra. All right, let's see. We need, what am I missing here? Hunting birds. It seems really, that seems really random. I feel like everybody's doing deserts right now. Like New World did Brimstone. You got deserts out here. Oh, interesting. Hello? It's a wild donkey. Hello, donkey. Just random arm chilling here. Guess we can go up there and get maybe the birds. I don't know what would be up here. Maybe not. Or is that like what is the purpose of this place? There's nothing up here. There's no mobs. I guess we'll get back on mount. All right, where are these things at? There's not a lot of these jackals and stuff out here, huh? Maybe that's just supposed to be where the hunting birds are at? Maybe? Any more cobras? Go to this other spot right here, I guess. Just a bunch of like humanoids and snakes out here. Humanoid. Okay. This is one of the areas. Let's see. Do we have any hunting birds up here? I see no hunting birds. Defeat the birds, jackals, or servals and lizards. I'm not really seeing much of any of that, so it seems very empty. Dude, like where? In Kudzagin. I mean, I guess I'll just go down here and at least get this location, huh? Not this one. This one. Yeah. I don't see. Oh, there's a jackal. I mean, like, granted, I get it's the desert, but come on. There's some stuff over here. There's an arrow pointing this way. All right, there's a jackal. Okay, so the birds are literally in 3 places. All right, well, I guess we're gonna ride down there and kill those, because we were up at the other one, at the eternal one, and we saw nothing. So I guess that means we're gonna have to go south here and hit up those, see what we can find. That's crazy. Check these guys out. Pursad. Got some avanks. It's like I'm on Tatooine. Wait, are these hunting birds? Do these count? No, they do not. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay. Okay. Was it a hamster? Dude, what are you doing out here? He's so little. There's another one. Little hamsters. There we go. Gotta go all the way back up there. Sheesh. Okay. We can do that. No biggie. Yeah, the hamsters are out here running around, dude. And hedgehogs. Oh, look at this little guy. How do I feel about exploring Harad and Lotro in terms of any type of curiosity you had about the region before they released it? Does it feel Tolkien to you? Does it feel out of place, or just cool to see another region? I think it's cool to see another region. I think I briefly touched on this the other day, where I feel like is in terms of Lotro, I think everything kind of post War of the Ring feels, this is gonna sound negative, but it's not intended to be that way. It feels disconnected. Like it doesn't feel Lord of the Rings. You know, because unless you've read a lot of the supplemental material, like you're not really going to get any of this stuff, and a lot of this is kind of fleshed out extra. So I think that's why the legendary servers do so well, to be fair, because that stuff is very much more connected. Like you're seeing Elrond and Gandalf and Gimli and like you're interacting with the Fellowship and you're going to the iconic places that you read about and stuff like that. Let's see. I'll give this a go, I guess. Let's see how this is gonna go. Oh, stable. May need that.
Hashtag stranger.
Hashtag. Okay. But yeah, I don't think it's not that this stuff is bad by any stretch. It just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel Lord of the Rings.
It is good to see you.
I guess.
Stranger.
Is that what happened to the servers today? The hamsters got away? Yes, 100%. Ginger, how you doing? I feel like I haven't seen you in a little while. Hope you're doing well. You think if they had to go back to iconic familiar places in the book quests in the region, do you think if they had you go back to iconic familiar places in the book quests in the region, it would feel like it was tethered more to something relatable and come across more cohesive instead of a encapsulating storyline with new characters? I don't know. I think to some degree you do still have to like push out of the existing narrative and, you know, kind of do some other things. Like I said, and that's just, it's not a bad thing. It's just it doesn't feel Lord of the Rings. I guess that's kind of what I'm going for. I guess that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's some opportunity with stuff like the whole other half of Mordor. There's opportunities like if you just look at the map, you just look at Eriador. I mean, there's space here, like this whole area down here. Like, so if you look at the Shire, and like, yeah, you got you have the northern part, the Yonder Shire. You have this whole area down here, like that is still part of Eriador. You have this whole, you know, western side of Ered Luin, to where you have the Grey Havens and stuff like that. Like there's so much stuff here that is probably more directly tied to stuff. Yeah, I know they don't want to go to the Grey Havens because it's just like there's some finality to that, and you know, that's like I get that part. But yeah, like the whole thing with Mordor here is like basically this mountain line coming out of Minas Morgul, wrapping up to Ered Lithwi. Like this is the Mordor that we got. Like, could you imagine if the expansion for Mordor would have been all of Mordor, and like you would have had multiple raids, way more dungeons and stuff like that? Just so much more opportunity there. Same thing kind of like with Gondor. Like, had this been, just think if like Gondor had been one expansion and Rohan wouldn't have been two. Like, if they would have had these truly massive expansion packs, let them cook for a few years. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so we have a tank healer. caster range, so we need some support. We need support though. What's this other one? Diminishing the enemy? I guess we'll go turn in that one first. You know what? Let's get on the fast horse for a minute here. God. Horseback skills are so underwhelming. It is. Oh, hey, look, Bludborn's here now.
At last you two returned. The others told me to wait here for you. We were waylaid by a number of Shikani highwaymen who mistook us for vulnerable travelers.
We're vulnerable. Turn this in. What's this stuff way over here? Crippling the enemy. Okay. All right. So 3 rune keepers. So 2 rune keepers, a hunter, and me on DPS. All right.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
At least we got some. This is going to be interesting. He's got 1.5 mil a piece. Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff, as long as, you know, you're not pulling crazy, you'd be in okay shape. One all greens on CJs, and they're not feeling too I can give you that false sense of security here with how these things are, like the damage and amount of damage you're doing, and then you get to a boss and it's like, oh god. All right, let's see what we get with this. $34.8 millions. All of the millions. We got a weird question for you, chat. You guys ever had jasmine rice? Let's see. Our 30-second cooldown on fervor. What's up, Pyro? How you doing, buddy? And also, yes, it's so good. It's so good. All right, so we're probably gonna need to kill the. Does this one have the ad in it? Or is it the second one? I think it's this one. Come on, go. Go, we got buffs ticking. Okay. Is that a... Let's see, what got me on that? Was it just the... squad hit with caustic bile for 146. So can we get out of that? Or is that just a hit that we gotta take? Yeah, there's a brand that my wife's been picking up, and they have like a bunch of different flavors. The jasmine one's been really good. A couple other ones have been really good too. Okay, so I wonder if you can get to the opposite corner. Like, how far away is he right now? 29 meters. Like, you'd have to get maybe all the way to the other end of the room. It can be if the person it is aimed at away from the group, I believe. If FMM shout it still bugged after first. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, it's like you can't. Yeah, that's a bit rough. What is that? Critical hit with Curse of Pain on Bloodborne. Shadow damage. So there's gonna be a lot of attack mit. Acid damage. Is acid? I always forget if I think acid, yeah, so okay, so let's see here. Let's change up. Change up our offense for just basically straight up I mean, this isn't gonna make worlds of difference, but that one. Dude, that's insane. What is this debuff? Curse of Pain 1. Oops. I wonder if a blue champ would be good in here for like the damage reduction taunts. Well, here's the thing, Goku. I don't have a fucking... I don't have people. Their people aren't playing the game, so I don't really have a fucking choice. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. It's because everybody wants to play flavor of the month shit. Curse of Pain. Keep that block off for a reason. You need so many clears there. That's stupid. I can't, and you don't have time to actually see what they are, so. I'm wondering, like, and this guy's pretty geared. He's taking so much damage. Yeah, I just really have no debuffs really either. Do you blame WoW? You know what you guys should do? It's the last day. How much time is left on this? Let's see here. There is. One day and 1 hour left of the HelloFresh campaign. Anyone of you guys to click on that link right there. Get them free meals. Well, the funny thing, Goku, too, is like, if tier 3 is like this, tier 4 is just gonna be like what? Let me say that's bullshit, though. Dude, that guy's just getting popped like instantly. And then there goes the power. Down a half. Like half tempted, like it won't do much for me in this situation. It's more Mitt and a lot more vitality. Yeah. This is also why I wish you could still like inspect people's virtues and stuff like that. Oops, hit the wrong one. You hit me with all kinds of things here. There's too many RNG things on that. Like I got the bile, I got the 2 wounds, and then I had the ichor on me. I'm like, geez, there's not much you can do about that. Oh well.
This valley belongs to the Shagani and no one else.
Yeah, probably. I'm so rooting for Tyson. Yeah. We're just doing tier 2 now. Come on, let's go. See, in tier 3, that should still be interruptible. Oh shit, we're going. You know, I actually don't like Runekeeper reses. The preemptive thing is kind of meh at this point. I don't know why somebody wouldn't actually just do like the 5 yellow, 1 blue or green. Better than nothing. Well, I guess one's dead, so there's that. Do you also notice where I'm standing, where everybody else is standing? Chat. Did you see where I was standing versus where they were standing? You get a lot of stuff out of this, though. Let's see. Livelies. Probably not gonna be for me. Fear nothing cooldown. I'm pretty sure I already have that. I don't even know if I have it on this setup, though. No, I don't. I think it's on my tank stuff. Yo, Zoltar, thank you for the prime, buddy. There it goes. I was wondering where it was going. No, it wasn't even that I was keeping distance. I was behind them. Where's you said here. Well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Boss. All right, and he's facing that way. Tank. Hey, what's up, Billy? Let's see. We're gonna do we're gonna do DPS, DPS, DPS. What is that? That's 4. And then we'll do shit. So we'll do our healer, and then we'll do a support. Okay. Stand behind bosses. Please stand behind. Please stand behind bosses. And if you're the tank, please flip them. It's easier for one person to flip a boss than it is for the rest of the group to move. Don't say. You're a tank. I mean, we need good tanks. We need all the tanks all at once. Ow, that was my elbow. Hey, that's what's up. Bookworm, thank you for 73 months. Welcome back. How we doing? That is so true. Well, you wouldn't be tanking though. Number 1 rule of MMO rating: don't stand in or in front of stupid. This includes the boss. Thank you. Your job as a tank is to manage the fight. It is not solely to get aggro. It is to manage the fight. That includes positioning. That includes threat management. That includes like shield walling if you need to, or if you have some type of skill like that, whether it's shield wall or shield of the Dunedain or some type of protection skill. That is, there's so many things. It's not just yelling at shit so it looks at you. I think the Mariner thing is mainly for leveling, just so that you do more damage while you're doing something. Because like, I don't think that is a, was it 3%, 5%, something goofy like that. It's not enough for it to be like, I gotta do this, you know. It's right. I'm just saying it's just something that's there to make it different. That's all I'm saying. Where are my other allies? Do I have, I fear nothing on, not this one either. I would agree with you. I would agree with you. So it's on this one. Fear nothing. I actually get an upgrade on that? Fucking sweet. Let's go. I guess I have enough stuff to upgrade my tanking allies. See, I'm wondering if like in tier 3 that would be if a champ tank would actually do okay in there, mainly because of the minus 30% on the taunt, or I'm sorry, on the Horn of Champions. Like if I switch to it, wrong key, still wrong key. No, that's right key. So like if we were to go tank spec, that takes entirely too long. It's right here. So minus 20% damage for 10 seconds. Like that's pretty decent. So these guys that were getting, let's see, some of these guys were getting hit for 150k, and I know this is rudimentary. It's not like 100% science like this because there's other things at play there. So that would be 30,000 less damage just on that. But then also, it does stack, but it's not it's not additive. It's not. I can't remember if it's additive or multiplicative on the damage reduction, because this one's a multiplier and the other one is a percentage. So basically, Champ's Challenge sets it. Because like when I would do this to people in the moors, I would do both, and they just for that 5 seconds, they don't do shit. Because I think this one is the multiplier down, but the other one is off the base, so it's like that's right. So okay, if a skill was going to hit you for 150,000, let's do it this way. So if you were going to get hit for 150,000 and you were going to use Horn of Champions, which is 20%, so that's going to subtract 30,000. But the way this would work, if I remember correctly, I could be totally wrong on this, is if you take the 150,000 and you do your multiplier, so it sets it to 0.7, that's 105,000. That's a 30% reduction, minus the, what did we say, 20,000 or 37? 30? I can't even remember what I just said. That's bad. 150,000. And then your 20%. It's 30. That's what I was going for, 30. Okay. So you have your 150,000 times the 0.7. 105 minus 30,000. 75,000. So it's because one's percentage and one is a multiplier, because it's off of the base. If it was additive, it would do off of the multiplied number. But yeah, so if you knew the big hits are coming, you could reduce that a pretty decent amount. But you know, Horn is every 30 seconds, Taunt is every 30 seconds. So like even if it was like just alternating between the two to debuff those, that'd be pretty okay. And that might be like even a thing where you're partnering with your tank, like you see the induction going off just like you do in the raid, in depths, where you have that it's in the first fight, there's the scream that goes out or whatever it is, and you have a champ taunt it, and then the tank taunts it right back, so it's debuffed for the 5 seconds, so it doesn't hit everybody for a stupid amount of damage. I mean, that's always a tactic, but you got to have good people that can handle that. PvE single target. Where are my stats at with all of this on? 30.8 and 203. So that's with no DPS virtues on. That's just MIT virtues. Actually kind of okay with that. Ranged attack extension. I don't have enough room to do that. I'm full on script. I guess we need to go back to Rivendell then. To Rivendell. Yeah. What's up, Mangar? How you doing, buddy? No, I lock them. See, they're down here. They're just locked. All right, I'm gonna throw this out there again. So if you guys remember Baggins TV on Twitch, he did a recent interview with Orion, like right before Legacy of Morgoth came out. So he was kind enough to hook us up because he's been really engaged into the New World updates, because he's been in the New World since it came out pretty much. But he was kind enough to hook us up with the Ultimate Fan Bundle codes that he was given. They wanted to make sure that it went out to Lotro community members rather than just a random tweet or something like that. So we have 5 codes that we're going to be giving away over the course of, I don't know, the next week or two. So just so you are aware of that, we'll be doing that at some point. So that should be pretty cool. Yeah, I should get going to Rivendell real quick. That's Thorin's. There's Rivendell. Yeah, we've been playing. I have 2 characters that are 50 on Angmar. One of them is raid geared. The other is not. Is definitely not. Chat, here's something else I wanted to do, and I've just been having a real hard time doing it. So let me see here. I mean, just so you can kind of see what I've been doing. Like, these are all the screenshots for all the mobs in the game. Or not in the game, but in those dungeons, and their buffs and debuffs and effects and all that stuff. Because I was wanting to make the videos again, and it's so challenging to make guide videos that everybody would be able to make to the quality that I want. Because I don't want to just throw up a video that is a playthrough. Like I don't feel that really helps. Like, maybe it does for some people, but like, what I don't like when I run in a group is somebody just says, do this. I want to know why I'm doing that. Like, just stand here the whole time. Like, why am I standing here the whole time? Like, when you're moving them around or doing it, like, I want to know why. Why am I doing this? Why am I, using this particular skill at this time? Why do I interrupt? Like, I see a yellow induction bar. I always interrupt those. Why am I not interrupting that? Something to that effect. And I think we've lost that in the Lord of the Rings community overall, and that's why there's such disparity between the groups of people playing the game is because a long time ago there were really, really good guides and videos of like how to do something. So somebody that might have been missing that one piece or that one, like, oh, I didn't know you had to do that, and then it's that unlock for them and they're able to go complete this thing. Then like I would love to get back to doing that. The problem for me is that it's very difficult to find people that are willing to fail an instance on purpose. And the reason I need that to happen in a lot of cases is because it takes time to get tooltips. It takes time to let effects happen. And again, it's the perfectionist in me that basically is kind of crippling, because I have this idea and this is what I want to do, but I have all these things that are preventing me from doing it, and that drives me insane. Like I want to put these things out, but it's just so difficult to do. The actual like once I have all of the information and I have a clean recorded run of a dungeon, it's so easy for me to make. I mean, you're not wrong, but like it's just, that's what I want to do. And like if you're not in some of the clicks and stuff like that, it's just, it's hard to do that. You know what I mean? What's up, Zill? Let me give you an example. And I'm going to listen to myself on this one, even though I hate listening to myself. Yeah, I was reading through some of those. Yeah, it's looking pretty positive. Okay, so hey Zill, maybe Tim, I don't know, but like this. Well, Zill, basically in general, like, because I would want to do this stuff for Ashes as well, but like this is the type of quality that I'm looking for, is like when I did this one. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a new dungeon guide for you, and that's going to be Tharazgar, the Vile Apothecary. Now this is going to be on tier 3. Now, something I want to mention before starting this guide is that these guys are intended for a broad audience. So the players that may not be super familiar with skills, abilities, shorthand terms, or maybe don't have the greatest gear, don't feel as intimidated by doing harder content. So to some players, this may be overkill, but to others, it may be information needed to get them over the hump. Now, this guide can be used for really any tier, but it's intended for tiers 3 through 5. The mechanics in tiers 3 through 5 don't change, and the only thing that you really have to account for are scions in tiers 4 and 5. Now, our group setup for this run is going to be a blue warden is tanking, a blue minstrel healing, and a yellow champ for damage. Now, AoE damage in this dungeon is really good, as most pools have several enemies to deal with. Also, depending on how comfortable your group is and your composition, I do all my own stuff, so larger pools even in higher tiers. There's no rush or race in this dungeon, so make sure you're pulling what you're comfortable with. Now keep in mind, this is being run on tier 3 in this video, and every enemy will have the tier 3 modifier of plus 200% morale and damage, and plus 35% armor and ratings to avoidance, resistance, and armor penetration. This is where overcapping some of your stats come into play, because you can account for those buffs in your mitigations. You can check out the values in the graph over on Lotro Wiki to know what your overcap value should be for your class. Now let's get into the content of the dungeon. There are several different types of enemies in this dungeon. We have the Tharasgar Trolls, which are elites, Tharasgar Warriors, which are signatures, Defilers that are normal mob types, and Throwers that are a swarm type mob. The enemy that you should really be aware of most of the time are the Trolls. They have a stacking buff called Momentum. Each stack of Momentum will give the troll plus 10% melee damage, plus 54,116 critical rating, minus 10% attack duration, and plus 10% run speed. And like I said, this buff can stack multiple times, so if you want to be aware of how many they have. Fortunately, there is a way to handle these buffs. Any type of immobilize will stop their momentum and remove all buffs, and they will start over. While it might be normal to stun a mob right away, I would recommend letting the buffs get up to a 2 or 3 and then stun to remove. It can also be helpful having a plugin to track the temporary state immunity, so you can keep them stunned for as often as you need. Some groups may need to do this more often than others. There is a debuff that the troll puts out called Fungal Infection, and this can tier up to tier 5. This one right here, I'm just gonna say this sucked to get these tooltips because I had to wait 5 minutes for Fungal Infection tier 1 to fire off. Then I had to wait 10 minutes for tier 2. Then I had to wait for 10 minutes for tier 3, and then 10 minutes for tier 4, and then 10 minutes. Like, it took me an hour to get those 5 tooltips. That's dedication for you guys. Come on. It's dedication. And then I waited again to see if that's how high it went. So, but that's my point. That's, yes, seriously, I waited for all that stuff. 3 out of 6. Well, what tier? Tier 1. Well, apparently not, because I can't, I don't know. Let's go see if we can spend some script. I should probably spend it on my Rune Keeper, maybe. Hey chat, what would you guys think if so? I need every Lotro player that's in here right now. I want you all to answer this question, and I want you to answer it seriously for me. What would you think if they were to bring back? All right, so this is the current instance finder, and all it is a teleport tool. What would you think if they actually brought back the old instance finder? And I'm not talking about the previous one. I'm talking about the old one, the one that actually had like bonuses and stuff tied to it. What would you think? Which, if you haven't seen that one because you're a newer player, the old one you guys don't even remember. Okay. Let's see. I can't even find a picture of the old one. Oh, here you go. All right, here's your old one. You would set what your role is. And the idea behind this is that you could actually queue. The problem is that people didn't use it because it wasn't incentivized enough for you. But like it gave you plus 50% on all currency earnings and plus 5% morale and power. Like there needs to be a little bit more incentive on it. But this was the old one. It's much simpler. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be a step in the right direction. The new one, it's like basically you could just dump this side. Like people don't use this side. Here, I'm gonna go check out some stuff here, and then I'm gonna put a plan together here. Maybe not. I think the part of the problem with WoW and DPS is just there's so many people playing. This game doesn't have as big of an issue with that, so maybe it wouldn't be, because I think the sampling size would be smaller. That is possible. I don't know if I have any. How big is the Litra player base? It is getting smaller, but couple years ago, and I want to say like 2 years ago, there was a report that came out that said there were 40,000 paying subs. I think that was a little disingenuous. I think that was also considering lifetime VIPs, so that was probably a little bit higher than that, I'm sorry, a little bit lower than that, but also says that they had 100,000 monthly active users. So I don't know. It's a little different too, because this old one, you actually had like support. So you had damage, healer, support, and defense. See, there's just little tweaks that are just off on Lotro. It's like the fact that, okay, the original dungeon size was 6, the raid size was 12, and there were the 24 person raids too, very much like WoW, had 5, 10, 25, 40. The big difference was that Lotro had dedicated support classes. At the time, you had your burglar and your lore master, and kind of sort of your captain. So you had your tank, like the tank was the guardian. You had a couple classes that had tank off specs, like you had your captain and your champion. That was back when champions had shields. This guy's just walking past. Okay. Okay. You know, the minstrel, or I'm sorry, the healer was the minstrel. And so I think there are situations in this game that have kind of like exacerbated these problems, and that is having multiple types of healers, having this kind of gray area where different classes can kind of sort of do all these different things. I think that was like kind of what started to cause a lot of problems, because people want to be able to like, okay, well, I want my minstrel to do all this damage. And like, well, that's cool and all, but like, minstrels shouldn't be top DPS. Like, minstrels are healers. And, you know, I think adding on more and more classes for primary roles just introduced too many problems. And as it just kind of keeps going, because they keep adding more and adding more problems to that mix, like more variables to the problem, I should say. So I think that's kind of the issue, is that since we had dedicated support classes, what it should have been probably is 4-person dungeons. That way you could have a tank, healer, support, and DPS, or maybe 5, so you could actually have tank, healer, support, and 2 DPS. But 6 is getting a little high. The other option would have been 4 and 8 instead of 6 and 12. Yeah, I think like group comps start to get really crazy, and you start getting all these overlapping buffs and debuffs and skills, and like, how do you prioritize, and what overwrites and what doesn't overwrite, and how do you dictate how that happens? That is a fairly genuine concern I have with Ashes, because there are going to be 64 classes. Now, I know that sounds a little daunting. There's technically 8. There's 8 archetypes, but there's 8 sub-archetypes as well. And so when you put your archetype and secondary archetype together, you get your class. So I think that's something I'm slightly concerned about, is how they handle the sheer volume of buffs, modified buffs, augments, and all that kind of stuff. Time will tell. Hopefully they handle it just fine. You know, I think they've got a really good team over there, so see what happens. Yeah, that's probably like my biggest, like, a lot of people talk about feature creep. I'm not even worried about that. Like, I think their development team is pretty solid in what they're trying to do. I think it's just that one worries me, because even a prime example, Zill, is on the fighter. You can get into a spot, and now it's not really optimal damage, but like if you have a big pull, so you can get it to where your momentum keeps going up while you're in whirlwind, and whirlwind will keep going as long as you have momentum. So you can just sit there and spin. Like, there's probably clips from when I was just spinning for like almost a minute. Like, it's actually insane. That would probably be a nerf at some point. Like, it would cap out at, 15 seconds or something like that. But like, that's kind of my point, is the way things were lining up is like, well, my momentum is still, like, my combat momentum is still rising, even though I can't spend it fast enough in whirlwind to counteract the gains that I'm getting. So it's like, well, I'm just gonna sit here and spin. I'm probably insane. Yeah, and so Mel, that actually brings up a good point. I think when Lotra was at its best, there was role clarity. There is not anymore. There, like I said, it's too gray. There's too many things that too many people, too many classes can do, and I don't really think there's really good role clarity. Like, even if, like, I had the ability to off tank. I still have the ability to off tank. But the primary role of a champion is damage. If your primary role is damage, then you should be comparable in damage to other primary damage roles, given a certain set of circumstances. So like, if I am fighting a melee target in melee range, my damage should be comparable to a ranged damage fighting at range. Those two should be on par with each other. Right? Yeah. Caster DPS is kind of always the oddball, because like fantasy games love casters. They just do. Like WoW loves the mage and the warlock, and this game seems to go back and forth with, like, in the like lore masters are super high DPS right now, and minstrels are high DPS, and rune keepers are there too, and it's like everybody loves casters because you can stay back and you're just still a nuker class, you know, like you're sitting there just, you're not really in harm's way. And that's one of the things I always really liked about the champion. And I felt like I should be doing a lot more damage because I'm at a much higher risk being right up in the thick of things. Like, you know what I mean with that? Like, if you're a caster or a range damage and you're sitting out there pumping the same numbers as me, and that's by design, I think it's kind of shit design, because I'm standing there, this thing could just turn all of a sudden, do a big cleave, and I'm screwed. Like, there's a much higher risk for me, and the skill ceiling should be a little bit higher for that, to, you know, be more cognizant of what's going on, positioning. That's why I think that's maybe why I harp on positioning so much, and you'll see me move around a lot, because we got these little antsy tanks running around, and they're just like, you're moving for no reason. You're not like positioning out of a puddle, or you're not like, you've got shit turned towards the group and stuff like that. Like, just stop. Like, we get positional damage and positional bonuses and things like that. And if you're a damage class and you're behind a target, you don't have to worry about your finesse then, because you're not, they can't block if they're not facing you. They can't parry if they're not facing you. So like, the only thing you can do is miss. So like, if you're just standing in front, you're wasting opportunities. Like, oh. But what do I know? I don't know shit. I really don't. Yeah. And so what would it be like? Okay, like, I don't really know any of the tank. So like, let me pull it up here. Give me a good image. A good image? Okay, that one will work. So the announcement is that we are going to have, thanks to Baggins TV, we actually are going to have, over the next week or two, we're going to have 5 Legacy of Morgoth Ultimate Fan Bundle codes to give away. So you'll definitely want to be in streams over the next week, 2 weeks. If you want an opportunity to get the Ultimate Fan Bundle for either yourself or somebody else. It'll be completely free. That is a $129 value. It comes with all the cosmetics, the actual content, all the stuff. So, but yeah, so like for me, I'd be playing a fighter, so I'd be a weapon master. So to your point, what's the difference for me? Like, what is going to get augmented if I go fighter mage, spell sword? So do I also need to go away from some of the straight up just physical stuff? Am I going to want any magic power? Like, that depends on what that's going to look like. So the builds are going to get a little wild. I think it is kind of funny that we actually have some of the classes out of Lord of the Rings are in here. So like a bard is a minstrel. You have was there, yeah, the guardian, the tank, which is a guardian. Yeah, I hope it's just like a little bit of flavor, you know. It's just like, if you're a fighter, you're a fighter. But like, okay, so if you throw in that you're a dreadnought, okay, so maybe you have like after your blitz, you have a brief shield. Like, yeah, so there's a warden in there. I'm kind of surprised they actually don't have hunter, but yeah, so if you're primary, oh yeah, it is right here. Fighter hunter. Is a ranger. Boom, 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 boom. So there's hunter. Yeah, hunter, warden, guardian, minstrel. So it's kind of funny that they're in there. I mean, those are fairly generic, but the rogue bard, the charlatan. I'm a charlatan, looking for a level 25 charlatan. But I'm wondering how many people will just lean into the mains, like these 8 classes. Like, I'm wondering if that's going to be like, if that's the play, just because it's like, I'm going to augment my fighter with more fighter, you know? Like, I'm wondering if that's going to be the play, if people are going to go that route, or if they are going to go with some really wild stuff, or the fact that you can respec, like, how often, how much does it cost? Like right now, it doesn't cost anything to respec, and you can just right click stuff out and redo it. So I mean, is what it is. But it's just, I don't think what that's going to look like is you're not going to roll a fighter tank. You're not going to roll a dreadnought and then all of a sudden you're just a main tank. Like, I don't think that's going to be what the case is. You're going to have role clarity within your primary, and you're just going to be adding sprinkling a little flavor in from the other archetype. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's probably going to be there's going to be metas of what people want based on, oh, it's another tomb. Do I want to do that? I'd really like to get a tier 3. I just don't think it's going to happen. It's fine. Yeah, but I think ultimately, like, the way they have classes, I think it's really going to be the main archetypes are going to dictate that. So, because I want to say, like, this is totally arbitrary, but I want to say probably it's going to be about 90% main and 10% secondary. So, like, as a fighter, you're always going to be damage. No matter what secondary archetype you choose. I don't think that's what we're going to, like, run into. Man, I guess I could get some reclamation scrolls to take off some of this. Yeah, let's just grab 2 of those to knock this down a little, just a touch. Oh, still locked. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Those are all still locked. Hey, Billy, if you're still in here, go ahead and you can add me back, man. I'll run it with you. Yep. Oh, the champs, baby. Let's go. Nom 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 nom. All right, Mel. Take care. What would you say are the top 3 to 5 raids in the game? You know what's funny about that? Where is it? As a matter of fact, I have a video. The ultimate top 5 favorite Lord of the Rings online raids in 2022. There's a couple old now, but we got I threw this one in. So in here for me, oh no, go back. For me, it was I threw Hidden Horde in just because it was the current flavor, so I was enjoying it at the time. So for me, number 1 is the Rift. Number 2 is Throne. Number 3 was Tower of Orthanc. 4 was Dar Narbergood, and number 5 was Anvil. That was my go-to. If you want to check it out, boom, there's the video. Go ahead and peep it. All right, Chad, if you're a healer on Arkenstone, I need you right now. Tier 2 Tomb, let's go. Get in here. Yep, Rift is so good. Rift is the bar. I don't know if you've heard, but the new raid that we're getting with this expansion is actually going to be 6 bosses, 3 wings, 2 bosses each. It's pretty hot. I mean, we'll see. Rumor is too it's going to be more mechanical than just straight up DPS races, which I'm down for. Just like sitting there damaging stuff, like you can have a boss that's a DPS check. Like I'm cool with that. Like, hey, you guys can't beat this boss. There's really nothing to do here other than damage it. If you can't beat this boss, you're going to struggle with the rest of these. Sure. That's okay. Especially if you have 6 bosses, that's fine. If you only have 3, that's like, well, that's kind of a waste. There is no reason that this expansion has been out for 2 weeks. There should not be a point right now where there aren't groups like just popping off. Here's the problem. 472 non-anonymous right now on one of the busiest servers in the game. That ain't good. That is not good. Let me see. By comparison. Let's see what it looks like right now. Ion 2? Oh my gosh. Ion was a weird one, man. Yeah, of course. It's an Eastern MMO. 100% will be. What heraldries? I will take a look here in just a second. Yeah, 395 on the legendary server versus 497. So, good lord. Yeah, that's only an 80 player delta. That's yeah. What's your favorite system that is kind of unique for Lotro? Fellowship maneuvers. Oops. I'm actually good. What's up, Mars? Oh, Dead. What's up, Dead? What are you doing over on YouTube? Silly. This should have just been... I don't know. This should have just been the other... Like, oh, we're going to do it like this, huh? On a quest to find an epic beginning for a story and work on a name that's called Hands of Fate. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the non-level cap or anything like that. I think if content is good, like if you always need level capping to handle your progression for you, then yeah, it's kind of meh. Is there a hardcore mode for Lotro? Kind of, sort of. Not like permadeath hardcore, but there is level difficulty scaling, so you can actually put it on like 9 tiers of difficulty, and it actually does make it pretty hard. Yeah, it's kind of fun. You get more XP for doing it, and there's some other titles and gear and stuff that you can get. Gotta spin it to win it. I'd be no good. I'd be no good at that. Zoltar, I'm actually not sure yet. I'm still working through the story, and like right now I'm just, they're figuring out the, you know, like the race of people out here. They're kind of figuring out who they are and whatnot. There's obviously the dark ties out here and stuff like that. So I don't really know yet. I feel like I'm missing something. I got defense. I remember now. Nope, can't change them now. Somebody's got it. Oh man, don't just drop it right there. Come on. You too, bud. Hey, I was talking about buddies that are gonna be playing. Well, that are playing, but we definitely need to link up when we get to December 20th. For sure. Looking forward to it, man. I'll talk to him and see what's up. Cause I know he joined a guild, so yeah, he's pretty happy with so far. So we'll see. See if it's worth hanging around or not. Oh yeah, man. We'll certainly have a good night. We'll catch you on the next one, man. Okay, cool. I'll probably be streaming. Maybe around 7 or so. God, I wish that skill worked in this. Caught that one. Hey, what's up, Dino? Yeah, sadly it's not tier 3, but doing what I can. Dino, how you been? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's a little chill. I've been on a couple rants earlier, but you know, for the most part, it's been pretty chill. Look at all those people standing in front. These guys all taking damage. I'm not taking damage back here except for the AoEs. Ugh. All right, so there's that. Billy, you see what I was talking about though with like people standing behind? Like I wasn't taking damage except for full AoEs, and there were like 3 people standing in front. They're just taking damage for no reason. Ugh. What's up, Zero? Do you think SSG is just milking the remaining core of players? This last expansion has finally made me quit the game. I don't know. I think it's presentation, man. Like, I don't feel like we need an expansion every year. Just make it every 2 years, and then the content that's in it, like, think of it this way. If all of the stuff that was released with this update, with update 42, was also part of the Corsairs of Umbar. Think about that. Then you'd be having people saying like, this is a banger expansion. Because you'd have essentially 2 raids, 3 6-mans, 3 3-mans. Like, I don't like quest pack stuff. I think it's cheap. Okay, I mean, yeah, then I agree with you. And I agree with you. But it's like just make a banger expansion. Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with that too. So I don't know, man. Like, I think every 2 years. I'm gonna hop out. What do you mean? What should be next? Dungeon? Yeah. Like, so almost every update, the most alienated people tend to be the end game. Zero, have you been in any of my Ashes streams? I can't remember when people are in which ones. Yeah? Okay, cool. Dude, I think Ashes is gonna be a banger. Like, I love what they're doing. I've been trying. I'll be honest, I have 0 expectations of it, but I keep trying. Like, I sent over an email to the PR team with a with my pitch deck and everything like that. I was seeing if I could get do something, some type of interview. No, I don't. Yeah. Because there's stuff like, you know, the Pirate Software one that they just did like 2 days ago was fantastic. That was a great interview. If you haven't checked that one out, I highly recommend it. That is a long time. I'll try well tier 2. Okay. I think we're going to have a hard time with that, but we can try it. I mean, first boss we'll have a hard time with. I'm down to give it a go. You know the deal with that one, right? Like the first boss, like where you need to be as ranged. Let's see. The big deal is you just want to be on the opposite side of the room that I am on. Like the target that we're hitting, because you'll get buffed. Because you need to be on the side of the room that's buffing you for range damage, and I need to be on the side of the room that's buffing me for melee damage. And whatever side is buffed for melee damage is the target that needs to be hit. So you just need to be on the opposite side. Otherwise, you're taking a damage loss. And also, like, you need to watch your debuffs. They stack up. All you need to do is cross over the center of the room to reset it. So you can stay pretty close to the line and just pop over and back, whereas I have to run a little bit further, be in melee. I mean, if we can get one. That's the problem we're running into, is just being able to get groups together sucks right now. These guys got to do something as far as getting this game out there. Like, partnering with big streamers, partnering with creators, advertising, doing something. They're just not. I don't know. Little bird. A little brawler action, huh? So the good news with this is a lot of people are going to be on the same side. Oh my gosh. They're gonna have Sophie Turner as Lara Croft in the Prime Tomb Raider series. I like Sophie, but she's not Lara Croft. I did see WoW's doing player housing after 20 years. Jeez. One way to do it. I guess the good thing here is that the showrunner says, if I could tell my teenage self that this was happening, I think I'd explode. Tomb Raider has been a huge part of my life. I feel incredibly privileged to be bringing it to television, such a passionate collaboration. Lara Croft means a lot to me, as she does to many, and I can't wait to go on this venture. Interesting. Yeah, didn't she do I don't know, maybe. Just waiting for a healer.
Didn't care for one another. You and I thought I lost my way, but you washed out all the gray. Don't know why. You got me high, but I'm sober. You make me lonely when I'm by myself. I should be free, but I'm hoping that we could be something in the end, something more than friends. 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 Better say something that would change my mind.
I think my character's got the right idea here, chat. Might be that time.
I don't know how to enjoy it. Every time you tell me it's not there, I suppose that we won't stand a chance. We won't stand a chance.
How much will the legendary service fall off in phase 2 Moria? I don't think it will a ton. I think Moria actually holds a lot of weight. I think after that, once you get in like Siege, that's when you'll see it tail off. I personally didn't like Siege that much in the grand scheme of expansions for this game. That's mainly because the champ was not in a great spot right then. The lieutenant fight on top of Dol Guldur was shit for champs. It was set for challenge mode. We had to sit AFK pretty much for 10 minutes. Stupid. And sitting there auto attacking with your bow, and if the fell beast targeted you, you had to run, and that was it. Until you had the lieutenant like practically dead, and then you could DPS and then kill the fell beast. It was so dumb. Hey, Billy, I think I'm actually gonna hop off here, dude. Been on for a few hours streaming, so I quit during Moria and have come back occasionally, but never really stuck. I think Radiance made me leave initially. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's taking too long to get groups right now. The SSG's got to do something. They got to do something big for this. You can't have an expansion come out with group content at launch and within 2 weeks have a problem of not being able to do groups. Like this is not good. So I'm gonna head out though, chat. Like I said, just a reminder, couple things. If you're looking at playing Ashes of Creation with us in the future, make sure you hit that up. Go ahead and make your Intrepid account. Click on that link, set up your Intrepid account. That actually links you to mine. That way, when the game goes live, you're actually directly helping this channel out. Also, make sure you are make sure you're hitting up all those links for me. Get followed, get subscribed, join Discord, all that stuff. Feel free to use it, chat it up, all that good stuff. And then it is Thursday, so I should be back tomorrow night. Assuming that the servers are up for Ashes, me and Trainsworth should be playing Ashes. So if you want to check it out, make sure you hop back in. And then lastly, also make sure that you're letting people know that I'm going to play out some stuff on like social media and on Discord, that we will be doing the let's see. Let's see if that we'll be giving away the Legacy of Morgoth Ultimate Fan Bundles. We have 5 of them to give away. We'll be doing that over the next couple weeks. So make sure you're hanging tight, and I will see you back tomorrow night. Cool. All right. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.